So I'm going to try to standardize the format of at least the intro for the voiceovers. I'm going to try to tell you guys every single week how many hours I spent in the shop that week and what my forecasted finish date is. As of right now, this past week was about 5.5 hours in the shop over the course of the week, and I think my forecasted finish date is something like mid-October of 2030, so we're still quite a ways out. Fair warning for those of you with epilepsy, maybe don't watch this video this week. I didn't realize that the frame rate of the camera gets a little screwy with the natural sunlight as those frequencies don't line up. Obviously, the 60 hertz on the camera and the 60 hertz on the generated light matches up quite nicely, so you don't get that flicker effect, but I don't know what this is. This week, I'm having a hard time getting the fuel tanks to pass an air test. Every single time that I fill the balloons up, they're dead by the next morning, and then they re-inflate a little bit during the day the next day. So I'm trying to take those completely off and put them in the basement so that they're in a climate-controlled environment. And even after doing that, I'm still unable to pass the air test. So I don't quite know what's going on. I think this coming week I'm going to do a soapy water spray test and see if I can figure out what's going on. But in the meantime of trying to do that and flipping the wings back and forth to be able to get all those screws, I actually bent my stall warning vane, and they're about 30 bucks a piece, and I don't really feel like replacing that, especially when the P802 that I'm going to buy is going to have an AOA. So don't know what I'm going to do there, but that's a battle for the next day. In the process of trying to take the fuel tanks off, I ended up stripping out one of the heads of those Phillips head screws that holds the fuel tank on. Come to find out that that stuff is made out of 4037 high strength steel, and the high speed bits that I had ended up getting dull very quickly, so I had to use a cold bolt bit to be able to get those drilled out and get that wing separated. So lesson learned for future. I really hope I don't strip those out anymore in the future, but if I do, I do, so be it. But anyway, got the fuel tanks removed, and the last part of this video, sorry, got the fuel tanks removed, got them aired up, got them put in the basement, and the same damn thing happened with the fuel tanks even in a climate control environment. So something's got to be going on, and I'm hoping the spray test helps out. The last part of the video is me messing around with the flaps. For the last while, I've noticed that the flap stanchions on the flaps are actually rubbing against the stanchions on the rear spar. So a lot of on and off with the flaps to be able to get those stanchions that are attached to the rear spar straightened. I didn't realize how straight they had to be, but they got to be Nat's ass, so be aware of that. But I did get those straightened up, and I got the flaps taken care of, so now they are free and clear in their entire range of movement, which I'm sure will help with the actuation of those in the future. But other than that, not a whole lot of progress this week. Seemed to be a whole lot of roundabout, but hopefully a little bit better next week.